IRGC commander signals Iran's potential retaliatory action against Israel. On Sunday, Brigadier General Ali Fadavi, deputy commander of Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, IRGC, indicated that Iran may soon initiate a new operation against Israel. Speaking at Tehran's Sharif University of Technology during Iran's National Day of the Fight Against Global Arrogance, General Fadavi referenced Operation True Promise 3, a potential action that Iran suggests could respond to recent hostilities. While Fadavi withheld specific details of the operation, he affirmed that Iran would continue its stance in defending the oppressed and supporting the right side of history, a commitment emphasized for over 45 years. Fadavi also commented on global reactions to the Gaza conflict, asserting that public sentiment has turned in favor of Palestinian claims. He cited global protests as an acknowledgement of long-standing grievances against Israel's policies in the region, stating, "The people of the world understood that the Zionist regime is the occupier." This statement follows recent remarks by Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei. On Saturday, Khamenei addressed a gathering of school and university students in Tehran, warning both Israel and the United States of a potential crushing response to any further acts of aggression. In a message delivered by state media, Khamenei emphasized that Iran would not tolerate attacks on its territory or allies. The Supreme Leader's warning came after an Israeli strike on October 26 that reportedly targeted Iranian military bases, resulting in the deaths of at least 5 individuals. Iranian officials have since hinted at possible retaliatory measures, heightening concerns that escalating hostilities may further destabilize the region, which is already affected by the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict and Israel's ground incursions into Lebanon. On October 1st, the IRGC reportedly launched a significant missile offensive as part of Operation True Promise 2, targeting what Iran identified as Israeli military and intelligence positions. This action, Iran stated, was in response to earlier assassinations of regional resistance leaders. Following the October 26th attacks, Iran's air defense systems were activated to intercept and counter the aggression effectively. With tensions running high, any further attacks could risk drawing the wider Middle East into conflict, a possibility with significant implications given the proximity to the U.S. presidential election this Tuesday. Iran maintains that it will assert its defense rights and stands ready to respond to further confrontations.
Let's take a closer look at Iran's recent escalations and how they're sending ripples throughout an already tense Middle East. The words from Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, on Saturday were not casual remarks. When Khamenei warned Israel and the US of a crushing response, he wasn't just making an off-the-cuff threat. This language, especially during a highly charged period, signals a deliberate and calculated escalation. Now, why does this matter? Because behind every statement and military maneuver, there's a larger story unfolding. Iran has long positioned itself as the champion of the oppressed across the Middle East. It's a message the leadership reinforces with actions that resonate among its allies and audiences within the region. This latest indication from the IRGC's Deputy Commander Brigadier General Ali Fadavi of Operation True Promise 3 is another chapter in a recurring narrative. The timing is crucial, given Iran's continued vocal support of Palestinian causes and recent Israeli actions in Gaza and Lebanon. Think about the consequences of this message, reaching not just Iran's allies, but also the broader public in countries with a vested interest in the stability of the region. Khamenei's public statement sends a clear message. Iran won't let actions taken by Israel, or the US for that matter, go unanswered. Fadavi's reference to the global outrage over the Gaza conflict only reinforces this stance, framing Iran as part of a larger global movement against what it sees as oppressors. This rhetoric also ties into something even bigger, a pattern we've seen over the last several months of increased militarization. Iran's regional influence has grown, and it's reaching a tipping point. The prospect of a retaliatory Operation True Promise 3 is a reminder that Iran's reach, and importantly, its willingness to act, extends far beyond its own borders. And while the IRGC may be focusing on Israel now, it's worth noting that the stakes are high for everyone involved. The possibility of broader escalation threatens an already fragile balance in the Middle East, with implications reaching as far as Washington, D.C., especially with the US presidential election just days away. So, where does this leave us? Iran's military leaders seem prepared for action, with Khamenei's words hinting at more than a symbolic response. This isn't just saber-rattling. It's a message to Israel, the US, and anyone else involved that Iran sees itself as a central player on the Middle Eastern stage. But there's also a risk. Every escalation draws more attention, more scrutiny, and potentially more intervention from other global powers. In the end, these words and threats aren't isolated events. They're part of a larger regional narrative that grows more complex and interwoven with each passing day. It's a reminder of how quickly localized conflicts can pull the world's superpowers into the fray, and how one move, one statement, can change the stakes for everyone involved.